Welcome back, guys, to another video. And you guys read the title of this video. It's something very exciting. I got a brand new console, brand new retro console, and this console here I've had under my radar for quite some time. I didn't learn about this console until way after its lifespan, and the more I started watching YouTube videos, the more involved I got in the community, the more I got intrigued about this console, and the more I wanted to get it. And I got a really good deal from my co-host James Gruesome of Excess Game Podcast. He found someone that had this console, and he really hooked me up. So I'm going to show you guys what I got. Without further ado, the console that I got. I'm trying to hide it from you guys. The Sega Master System. And I was, as you guys could tell, I was being very delicate with this thing because it looks immaculate. I did a little bit of cleaning up on it, and wow, it is so awesome. And so I got the Sega Master System, of course, and I got the basic hookups, but I also got not one but two controllers whenever I have some friends come over and they want to play a video game with me. But for some of you guys that don't know that much about the Sega Master System, I'll give you guys a short little history lesson. It came out around the same time as the NES, and it was originally called the Sega Mark III in Japan, and it was the competitor with the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, and unfortunately it wasn't as big in America. It only had about 114 US release games, but of course in some other places like Europe and Brazil, especially Brazil, it was huge. This was a great system, and honestly it was more powerful than the NES, but with NES's seal of approval and also their little monopolizing they did with companies like Capcom and Konami, Nintendo had Mega Man, they had Castlevania, but unfortunately the Sega Master System didn't have that. But the games it did have were very, very fun, and it's almost like once you have a Sega Master System, it's kind of like how it is when you had the TurboGrafx. You're in this little circle because my co-host James, he has a Master System. His brother EJ has a Master System. Our friend Rob from the Retro Junkies has a Master System, and now I have one. So we're kind of like in this large Master Circle. And that sounded a lot cooler in my head. It kind of sounds bad, Master Circle. But what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of the games I got with this little box. Now, I have a pretty good stack of games right here. Some loose, some in the case. The first one that I got was Miracle Warriors, which is an excellent early RPG for the Sega Master System. This came out before Phantasy Star, and this is so old school. This is one of those games that you'd have to actually write out your own dungeon maps with like grid and a piece of grid paper and a pen and pencil and kind of draw what you had to do, and that's really old school. They don't really do that at all now. So I watched a video from Happy Console Gamer Johnny Millennium, and he talked about this whole series, and I'm really, really excited to finally try it out for the first time. Also, I got Rambo 3, which is actually a light phaser game, a light gun game. Do I have a light gun? Why, yes, I do. That was something else I got right here. It looks so badass compared to the Nintendo light gun, you know. And they even use this gun in another Sega Master System game called Zillion. Definitely check that game out. And the next one is Great Football, because football in NES was good, but this is great. So I got that as well. Now here are some of the box games that I got. The first one I got was Hang On and Safari Hunt. This is a really good combo right here. It was kind of, you got Safari Hunt, which is a light gun game, and Hang On, which is a motorcycle game. And I remember playing Super Hang On the Sega Genesis and the arcade and falling in love with it, and playing Hang On Shenmue for the Dreamcast. And it's great to finally have this game in my collection. That's really, really awesome. Next up, you notice this case is a little thinner than the clamshell, and that's because this is a card-based Sega Master System game. Alright, if you guys are, you know, familiar with the TurboGrafx 16, these are kind of like the Hue cards. And the Master System, the Model 1 could play these. If you find the Model 2, it's a lot slimmer, it's a lot smaller, but unfortunately it doesn't support the 3D glasses or the card games. So I'm glad I have a Model 1. And plus the Model 1 just looks so nice. And this one right here, I'm just going to have to make a close-up of this one. Pro Wrestling. Look at that cover. Wow. And you know, the Sega Master System does have a very niche type of packaging with their games. I mean, they're very simple, as you guys can see. There's not a whole lot of bells and whistles, but the games were awesome, and that's really all that matters. And I kind of like the simplicity of the Sega Master System and Pro Wrestling. That it's a good game. It's the Mega cartridge. They all say that. This is 2 Mega cartridge. But Outrun, very, very fun racing game. Probably one of my favorite soundtracks for a racing game. I love the Outrun series, and I'm glad to have this in my collection. Definitely, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Next up's gonna be I keep on wanting to say Chop Liver, but it's Chop Lifter. And this game right here is a helicopter hostage rescue game. You know, you're riding your helicopter and you're picking up people. You have a limited amount of fuel, and you're trying to go through a bunch of obstacles and stuff. I've seen gameplay from GameSack when they did a video on the Master System, and I've never actually played it, and now I am, because it's in my collection. And next up it's going to be I love this series, Afterburner. I love Afterburner on the 32X. I think I even have Afterburner on the Sega CD. This is the very first one. It was the behind view airplane, jet fighting game. Very, very fun. Very ahead of its time with its graphics and the scrolling and everything. It just looked like a lot of fun. Now, all these games here, what's really cool about the Sega Master System is it's not a hard console to collect for compared to its competitor, the NES. I mean, the games, you can find them complete on Amazon or on eBay for less than $20. So, I mean, this is actually a pretty good console to play, and if you want to collect, it's also good as well. So, you know, I highly recommend it. Very, very highly recommend it. Now, I have 2 more things that James gave me that are not... I don't know if they're Sega related, but he told me he wanted me to open these things on film. So, first thing, and he wrapped all these up, is this little blue package here, and I'm going to try to open it up away from the microphone. Oh, jeez. It's a gray light gun, and we got a funny story about this. I have an orange light gun, and he's been giving me crap for the last 2 years that I have an orange one and he has a gray one. But he put a little note here. Oh jeez, the rubber band's like wrapped around it. It says, "Now you're a man, a manny man." If you guys get that reference, you guys are awesome. So I got a gray light gun. Now I can, like, you know, come get some. You know, I got the 2 guns. Alright, that wasn't as funny as I thought it was. And the next one is this right here. It's a little tinfoil case. Alright. He's got another note with this. "I'm sure the anticipation of what this was killing you." And the game is Anticipation on the NES. That's pretty cool. And I want to say thank you, James. I know you're watching this. Thank you for hooking me up with this console and all the gifts. And he even put snacks in it. I've been eating those snacks all day. But here's where I want you guys to come in. Let me know some consoles that you started rebuying when you started collecting, that maybe, you know, you lost track of when the console came out, or maybe you discovered it like I did with the Sega Master System. And also, what are some of your favorite Sega Master System games? Leave all those comments below. I'd love to read them. I'd love to talk to you guys and interact and get to know each other and all that jazz. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, happy gaming.